Hi everybody and welcome to part 3 of our picture. We're doing a painting of Van Gogh's peach blossom trees, and so I've moved on a little bit from when I last left you because obviously it would have taken too long. So basically we filled in the landscape, didn't we, with an idea of how we've got a lot more detail at the front and we'd left the blue bits here and then it goes backwards and it's sort of merged, and we're trying to get that direction. If you can see in his work, we've got this direction, this to help with the idea of perspective, the shadowing here. And basically just towards the back, I've simplified the picture because Van Gogh had the fence and he had all the trees in the background. Obviously, because we were on time constraints, I've simplified it. But just blend that back bit. So, if it's all looking a little bit too obvious, just get a little bit of pale blue, maybe a little bit of the green, just to make a bit of a turquoise, and you can just literally just soften it off. Just need to blend a little bit like that. You can use a wipe as well, just to soften off, just so that we have a little bit of we're just laughing at the doggy who wasn't happy that we had the door closed. Just so that we have this, sort of merging, this sort of distance. It's a little bit more bluey turquoise in the distance. And then the second thing I've done is painted the tree, which is really simple. I don't need to demonstrate how to paint that. So I've gone with a dark blue. I'll give you all the colours, or you could go with a dark brown. I'm not sure what colour he's used. Basically, just really follow the shape of Van Gogh's tree, coming up, and all these branches. So I'll just do a little twig for you. So at this point, I've used to paint really thickly before, but now I'm just adding a little bit more water to it so the paint flows a bit better, so that when we do the twigs, you can start from here downwards. We've got all these undulations and, different shapes that twigs make. They don't go out straight, do they? So just trying, to get these sorts of shapes, and hopefully your paint will flow pretty well if you've got some water with it. So do you want to come round, darling, and sit down this side? So we're going to get the tree trunks done first of all, and then I'll show you how I did the blossom. So quintessentially Van Gogh is the way that he's done this tree trunk with these, and all the colours he's used in his painting to represent the light on the tree trunk and the bark. So beautiful. Okay, so we're going to have a go at that. So we've painted it in the, I painted it in dark blue, and then I'm going to get my green. Mine's an avocado green. And I have got a little bit of water with this now, so it's not quite as thick as before. And I'm just going to sweep along the trunk so that, I just need a bit more pigment on there, so that, again, we're going to try and get a load of texture in. So we're just coming up and around. So it's a little bit closer on this side of the trunk, but maybe leaving a little bit at the other side.
I think Bo's got something.
What's Bo got? Oh, he's got my pencil. You little dog.
Bo.
Such an attention seeker. So we come up this way, and then he turns and he goes that way because the trunk turns. I'm just going to do all the base coat, and then this branch comes off and up and up there. Which I've done some of that. Okay, and then I'm just going to get some more green loo. And then there's this back one. So basically, it's like he's leaving an outline, isn't it?
An outline of what?
An outline of the tree. Can you see how he's done it? How there's like this outline left. It's absolutely brilliant. He was just so ahead of his time, wasn't he?
Yeah.
In how he painted and so unappreciated. It's so sad to think that he had this passion and this incredible ability, and it wasn't appreciated by anybody. Did he only sell 1 or 2 paintings his whole life?
Yeah.
And he had a very sad, solitary life. And it must have just been, I can't imagine carrying on painting if he wanted to be taken seriously as an artist and nobody else was. I don't know. I just think it's amazing that he just carried on. It just was in him, wasn't it? He just had to do it.
Yeah.
And if only he knew. If only he knew how loved he was now and how appreciated. Crazy, isn't it, life?
Yeah, it is.
Just ahead of his time. But he did have a wonderful brother, didn't he? He was incredibly supportive.
Yeah.
And enabled him to carry on painting because he was very poor, but his brother supported him, didn't he? Okay, so just coming up. So you get the idea. So we're just going in the same direction as the bark would wrap around. Okay, so we've gone up there. And then we're going to go in with our other colours. So let's just get some of the sap green, just a bit of that much darker green. I'm just going to add a little bit in there. Just a hint of it in there. Coming up. Like so. And then we're going to get some of our gorgeous mustardy orange colour. And I'm mixing it with that one because it was too bright and orange, wasn't it, before? Okay, so we're just gonna put that light coming in there. Suddenly, it's just doing this. Suddenly, it's starting to feel a little bit more like a Van Gogh, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, there, and then just a little bit over there, Lou, I'll put. So we're just leaving this outline, aren't we, of the dark blue I've gone for. But if you want to go with a black, or mine's actually Payne's grey, but you could go with any colour. I'm just adding a little bit of that colour on there. And now let's mix some of our blue. So remember we had the blue of the sky originally, it was a cerulean blue I'd used. I'm just going to mix some white in there. Okay, got that. So we're just going to pop a little bit of highlight here now. Okay, I'm just going in the direction of the bark. A bit more blue. And up here. And up here. And this one's got quite a strong highlight. And then down this side of the tree as well, it's got a highlight. But we are going to leave that bit of black. Just hooks around there. And I'm just gonna, just went over that. This is the beauty of acrylics, isn't it? Can't make mistakes in acrylics. So we can just paint over them. There, just to give that, put that outline back in. There. So, just gonna allow those to blend in a bit more blue. Like that. So it's starting to feel like that one's forward. That back one there. Yeah. Okay. So you see what I'm doing, it's just a lot of work, isn't it? Just filling it all in, but you'll get into the rhythm of it. And then just going to put a bit more yellow.
We're on 10 minutes.
10 minutes, okay. Right, so finally, tell me when we're on 14 minutes, Lou.
Okay.
We're going to just do some of the blossoms. So basically, I've got my gorgeous green and I've just started putting the leaves in. So spit, spot. So sometimes just keep referring to his painting. Sometimes they overlap. So the idea is that we've just got, some of the branches showing through really. Again, just don't add any water to this. Just use the paint pretty thickly. So there we are. So we've just really at the ends of the branches, the end of each twigs, we're going to have a lot of flowers. There we are. Like so. So then you'd go with all your green. Popping all that on. Okay, so obviously you'll cover all your twigs in the green, or as much as you think you can see in Van Gogh's painting, and then we just start applying the white. So I've gone with a bigger brush now. So when they come up from the twigs, the blossoms sort of almost like they're escaping into the sky up there. Like that. And then you may need to go over and over, so you just have to keep working it in. It will take a little bit of time, but it's quite therapeutic doing it. So off we go with our white blossom, particularly thick around at the ends of the twigs, like so. And overlapping, so sometimes some of the blossoms, see on his picture, Lulu, some of the blossoms are going over the twigs, but the idea is that we can just still see the branches, but not particularly the little twigs. That's the idea, I think. Okay, so we've got the white on, then we go with our lovely orangey mustard colour. And I'm just going to add that in with the white. Let that blend in. I'm just working it in. So again, he's mostly got the orange at the ends, at the very, very ends of the buds. Ends of the twigs rather, because they're buds. So just adding those. And just not mixing the paint, just letting the paint mix on the canvas. And overlapping, so a bit of orange, a bit of white. Like so. So that we keep getting all the branches overlapping, but just peeping through underneath. Like so. So yeah, just layering up all the time. So I think that's it. I will complete it and I will put it on our Facebook page and WhatsApp group. And I'm really looking forward to seeing everybody's Van Gogh's blossom trees. Okay, thanks so much for watching. Bye.